Hi everyone, Stepan here. Whoa, something's wrong with my mouse, come on. Whoa, okay. Stepan here, welcome to game 70. Okay, my mouse is sort of laggy. I lost the last game. It was a night endgame in which I just blundered away in an equal position, but the game was uncomfortable all the way through, and I was worse for the majority of the game. Okay, but let's focus on game 70. Budapest Gambit. Whew, I don't like playing against the Budapest Gambit, but it's not like I have a choice. Bishop b4, I don't know, bishop b4 here. I'm gonna go queen c2 because I don't want double c pawns. My opponent's gonna take on e5 anyway. The only way to defend the pawn was queen d5, which seemed very suspicious to me. Also, after queen e7, I would have lost the pawn anyway. I don't know this bishop b4 idea. Maybe it's good, maybe it's not. I don't know. Let's develop. Okay, I'm gonna go a3 and chase this bishop away, or invite it to take the knight. Okay, this, why is this playable? How is this a playable variation? Okay, I don't know. I'll just fianchetto my bishop and if queen g5, bishop h3, that's slightly worrying, but I think I'm gonna go rook g1 and start the kingside attack. Have I ever played this guy? Once, and I beat him once. Oh, that's the... You told me about this guy in the comments. That's the young Indian player, if I'm not mistaken. Queen g5 would have been way more active, I believe. All right. I am gonna castle now, because I don't see a downside to castling. I just have the bishop pair and the very active position. I don't think black had a good opening there. Maybe after queen g5 it would have been interesting, but now I think white should have a solid advantage. That doesn't mean I'm gonna win, but I don't think anybody would take black here. I just have to make sure that I don't trade off the light squared bishops. So if my opponent plays bishop g4, I will consider f3. Okay, the bishop's coming to c6. So if I play f4, that seems incredibly risky, but I will get to play bishop f3 before my opponent can activate. So f4, the knight goes to g6, I guess, and then after bishop f3, it could also come down to h4. I'm not sure I should be doing this, but I don't want to allow bishop c6. f4, knight g6, bishop f3. If knight h4, I can take on b7. If f4 knight g4. That's also problematic. Yeah, I don't think I'm playing f4. f4 knight g4 is way too active. Because my e3 pawn is hanging. And unless I go rook f3, which seems very awkward, I don't see a way to defend. Because if rook f3, then just perhaps bishop c6, rook g3. Maybe that's okay. f4 knight g4, rook f3. It seems very weird. Although f4 knight g4, bishop f3. If knight e3, then rook fe1. And my opponent has to play rook e8 to save the knight. But then don't I have... Okay, so my opponent will have to take on e3 with the queen first. So f4, knight g4, bishop f3, queen e3, knight e3, rook e1, loses to knight c2. Okay, I'm not playing f4. Let's not waste any more time. I'm gonna go rook e1 to defend my e-pawn. And I'm gonna switch plans to bishop d1 and bishop c2 to get my bishop to the long diagonal, or to the b1 h7 diagonal. Yeah. So now there are two options, f4 or bishop d1. If I go bishop d1, my opponent could go bishop e4. And then if I go f3, there may even be knight d3 or bishop d3. And if I go f4, f4, knight g6, I guess. Seems dubious to me. And it leads to a bishop trade. Bishop d1, bishop e4, f3, bishop d3. I have to play bishop back to e2. f4, knight g6, bishop d3. Well, there's bishop e4. I don't like either move. I think I have to do something else. Though I don't know what. What if I go b4, bishop d1, and then bishop b3? That's interesting. I like that. I'm gonna do that. Because I'm threatening to get to the a2, g8 diagonal. And also, if I get to play b5, the bishop has to move away. This may not be a good move, but I want to chase that bishop away and claim the good diagonals for my own bishop. Okay, so my opponent wants to stay on the diagonal. That's understandable. So if I go bishop d1, there's still bishop e4. So not much has changed. Yeah, I actually played the wrong rook to e1. So maybe it's time to admit my mistake and play rook d1. Yeah, I'm gonna do that. Because unless I'm controlling the d3 square, it doesn't seem likely that I'll be making any progress anytime soon. I should have played rook fe1. Now I can go rook d2. And then bishop d1, bishop b3, or bishop d1, bishop c2. Okay, this is looking better now. Because now, with my d2 rook covering the d3 square, bishop e4 simply doesn't work due to f3. Or I mean, I can leave the bishop on e4 if I want to. I can also just double up my rooks on the d file and try to do something that way. I don't know. I mean, the light squares around my opponent's king are weak. And my king side feels a bit weak, but I don't think it's a big deal. Because if my opponent tries something like queen f7, let's say, then I always have the option to go f4. Yeah, queen f7 exactly. Wants to go queen g6. So now may be the time to go f4. Because if my opponent plays knight g6, then the queen doesn't have access to g6. Yeah, let's go f4. I have to do this at some point. If queen g6 now, I can go rook f2. Yeah, but then I have to give up my bishop on knight g4. Ugh, come on. Why am I playing so poorly? Okay, maybe on queen g6 I can go bishop d1 instead. And then on knight g4 there's no threat. Maybe. So queen g6, bishop d1, knight g4, bishop c2, bishop e4. I actually have f5. Yeah, I'm gonna go bishop d1. Okay, so I was thinking bishop c2 here, but is there something better? Bishop c2, maybe queen h5 or queen h6? Maybe I chase the knight away first. Maybe I play h3 first. Yeah, I'm gonna go h3 first. Okay, and now bishop c2. Oh, but there's queen g3. Okay, but on queen g3 I have e4. Okay, let's think. Don't rush. Bishop c2, queen g3, e4. Queen takes c3, bishop takes c3. That's the bishop pair. Seems okay. Yeah, I'm gonna do that. e4 loses to f5, I think. Doesn't this lose? f5? If knight f5, bishop e4. If queen f5, I take the queen. If bishop f5... Oh, there's bishop f5. Yeah, there's bishop f5. Wait, is there? Bishop f5, f5, bishop f5, rook f5, knight f5, queen d3? Does that work? f5, bishop f5, rook f5, knight f5, there's also rook f2. Ooh, that could work. f5, Bishop f5, rook f5, knight f5, rook f2. I think that works. Because I'm keeping the pin. Oh, okay. I didn't even see queen e8. My god. Why didn't I see queen e8? Okay, I'm gonna go c5 and try to open up some lines. I didn't see queen e8. That was absurd, but I didn't see it. If I had seen it, I never would have played f5. It's gonna get pretty rough when this knight comes to e5. Okay. I'm relatively happy to see this. Although I don't know why. I have to speed up. I have to speed up. I'm playing very slowly. Okay, I'm gonna go rook f2. Just guard the pawn. I want my bishop on d4 anyway, so I don't really... Oh yeah, this was a stupid move, because now I have to play rook c2. This was just a waste of tempo. Stupid. I need my bishop on d4. So I need to go queen d3, bishop d4. Do I take that knight when it comes to e5? I don't even know. I don't know. Okay, now I'll take on b6, because at least I can win a pawn, or my opponent isolates the d pawn. I would love to trade the c pawn for my e pawn. Okay, the knight's coming to e5. What do I do about it? Do I take that knight? I think I have no choice. Or the knight's coming to c4. That's even worse. Okay, I think I'm gonna take. I'm gonna take that knight. Maybe I can defend. Maybe I can keep my bishop on d4, allow knight c4. Okay, I'm not taking the knight. I'm too afraid of fe5. On knight c4 I still have queen d3 defending everything. How am I down to 3 minutes? I'm wasting time on nothing. I don't even have e4 because my opponent brings the knight back to e5. I wouldn't say my bishop is bad, but my opponent's knight is superb. By far the best piece on the board. I don't think I needed to defend, but my rook is defended on a1, so... And the pawn on f5 is still protected, so I don't see a downside to this. Do I sack the exchange? I don't think so. I want to set up e4 without knight e5 being an option. And ultimately I want to go g4, g5, break through on f6. If I can do that, if I can play gf6, then my opponent's position is opening up. Oh, maybe there's even knight e3. Knight e3, bishop e3, rook e3, queen e3, queen c2, queen e6, check. Okay. Now let's defend the f pawn. I have to start playing quickly. All right. I see where this knight is going. And I don't seem to have a defense. So this could be it. Maybe I can go queen d3. And if knight e4, rook f3 or rook f1. Maybe rook f3. I want to prevent knight g3. This knight is so good. My bishop cannot compare. Why trade? This is a weird decision. I mean, my opponent's knight is much better with the queens on the board. Now it feels it's much easier to play my position than a move ago. Okay. I cannot allow my king to be bad, or not that bad. Trades everything. Why? Oh, I'm hanging my f-pawn. I didn't see that. Ooh, he didn't see that. What? What's going on? Okay, calm down. You still have a minute on the clock. I don't see what to do here. I'm gonna get checked, and this is the only move I can see that at least helps by by attacking the d pawn on knight g3, and knight g3 isn't check. Okay, I have to stop knight g3 if I can. Yeah, I don't think I can take on d5. I don't know what to do. Because if I take on d5, my opponent takes on e3 and on g2, and I'm busted. This way on knight h4 I have bishop d2. Oh, I hung knight f3. Oh, come on! I hate playing in time trouble. Yeah, this is just a losing rook endgame. Oh, there's rook c4. My god. On rook d4 there was rook c4 even. I got very badly outplayed. Yeah, excellent conversion. I'm gonna resign because it's hopeless. Oh, congratulations to my opponent. I just played like a moron and deserved to lose. Okay, I'm gonna play another game. Stay tuned for more chess. Bye bye.